I'm confused.
Welcome to Northeast Ohio.
Okay, I'm confused.
Okay.
And I have been on the record. I think Kevin Stefanski is a good NFL coach. I think he's going to have a long career as an NFL head coach. Not if he keeps calling games like he called yesterday. Okay, yesterday I was like, Kevin, you have a rookie quarterback making your second start. Your line doesn't pass block very well. You have a hammer in the backfield, and you gave it to him 12 times. Dillon Gabriel threw more passes than any quarterback in the NFL yesterday. By far. 52. Joe Flacco was next with 45.
And what did that get you between them? 26 points between the two of them? 9 for the Browns?
The Browns have thrown more passes than any team in the National Football League. The Browns have thrown more passes than any team in the National Football League. They have the second lowest completion percentage.
So you're saying that's not good?
I'm sorry. I am not a football coach. I am not a football analytics guy. Let's see. And I'm sorry, we've said this before. There's something we don't do very well. Let's do it more than anybody else. Does that make any sense to you?
Jeff, you were down 23-6, 4 minutes and 13 seconds into the fourth quarter. And yet somehow, some way, they ran 35 plays with 3 drives and walked away with a field goal. You had one play.
And an 18-play drive.
Yeah, and you had one play that was over 20 yards in the entire game, and that's because Fannin, made the catch about 15 yards in and then carried 3 Steelers on his back for the next 5 or 6 yards? What? Are you really? I mean, if you're going to try to go to the rookie quarterback, can we see him roll out a little bit more? Can we see him try to throw the ball 20 yards down the field? Are our wide receivers that pathetic that they can't get open 20 yards down the field? Why can't this team in a crucial situation yesterday down, I'll even be nice, 23-9, 23-6, 23-9, I'll give you the field goal. Still plenty of time to try to get back in the game, but if you're going to get back in the game, you got to try for more than 4 yards of play. I didn't see the desperation. I didn't understand the play calling yesterday, and I'm just kind of at a loss for words.
It was poor.
I was at a loss for words yesterday. I was like, can this game? There were points during the game I was like, oh, run, 2-yard pass, it doesn't.
They only ran the ball 17 times.
I mean, I've never had to call one play in my life, but I knew what every play was going to be, and then they kind of figured that. Clearly, Tomlin's answer to winning the game yesterday was stopping Judkins, and he did. That was a great thing to do.
Except
figure out something else.
But Andy, I'm sorry. Did they stop Quinshon Judkins?
Let me check and see. Did they have any touchdowns yesterday? Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Did Judkins have any touchdowns yesterday?
No.
Okay.
But they didn't stop.
Done.
They didn't stop him. You know what stopped Quinshon Judkins yesterday? The Browns' play calling did.
Well, considering he only had 12 chances.
That's
you're
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's what stopped Quinshon Judkins.
It was like Aaron Rodgers won the game just by walking in the stadium yesterday.
Kevin Stefanski said in his press conference after the game, and the exact quote, forgive me, I don't have it off the top of my head, but it was.
We got to work harder.
No, I'll paraphrase it. It was.
I got to coach better.
It was this.
We'll get it fixed.
That wasn't it. They shut down the running game. Well, no, they didn't, because you averaged 3.8 yards per carry. You only ran it 17 times. If you are building your offense around a young running back, who, by the way, is still like 13th in the NFL in rushing, even with yesterday's 36 yards, well, give him the ball. And let me make it worse, okay? You mentioned the drives. Right before half, it was a 16-play drive, ended up in a field goal. The other field goal drive in the third quarter, 9-play drive, 34 yards, field goal. And then in the fourth quarter, Andy, they had an 18-play drive, and it ended up in a field goal. This is the stuff, and this happened when Nick Chubb was here. I mean, I hear myself yelling about this back then. They had a 1st and goal at the 7. They gave it to Quinshawn, and he got 2 yards. Then they had a 2nd and goal at the 5. I've got Quinshawn Judkins, and I've got a line that's not pass blocking real well, but run blocks pretty well. I'm going to give it to him, right? Nope, incomplete pass, the one that hit Isaiah Bond in the head. Way to turn your head around, Isaiah.
It's funny because Daryl said this to me yesterday during that Brownie Bite thing. He said if there's one play to define the entire season,
that was it.
That was the play to define the season.
Well, the dude didn't even look for the ball.
How did he not know it was coming?
Well, he obviously didn't, and then he got into it with Jamari Thrash.
And then he got mad.
Yeah, at Thrash.
Who were you mad at?
At Thrash, apparently, because they were kind of chirping at each other. Then,
who looks like a fool? The guy that had no idea the ball was coming to him?
Yeah. So then after the 2nd and goal at the 5, the incomplete pass that hit Bond in the head, 3rd and goal at the 5, incomplete pass, but penalty on Pittsburgh. So then you get a 1st and goal at the 3. Okay, and there's like 10 minutes to go. I mean, you get a touchdown here, all of a sudden, Andy, you're kind of back in the game. It would be at that point 23-13. Okay?
Yeah.
1st and goal at the 3, incomplete pass. You didn't even run. Incomplete pass. Heavy pass rush from Pittsburgh. 2nd and goal at the 3. Sack. You're going to pass. Loss of 11 yards. 3rd and goal from the 14. I get it. At that point, you probably do have to throw. Incomplete pass. But you had a 1st and goal at the 3. With Quinshawn Judkins, who you spent a 2nd-round draft choice on, high 2nd-round draft choice. An offensive line that run blocks pretty well. Mm-hmm. An offensive line that hasn't pass blocked well, a rookie quarterback, and you won't turn around and hand the ball off to Quinshawn Judkins? I'm sorry, that's bad play calling. That's bad play calling. Give the ball to the running back and let him score. And if he doesn't score on 1st down, give it to him on 2nd down. And if he doesn't score on 2nd down, give it to him on 3rd down. And if he doesn't score on 3rd down, go for it on 4th and score the touchdown. That was awful play calling, and I don't say that. I don't say that very
Jeff,
often.
in 13 years, I don't think I've ever heard you break down a series the way you just did.
It was awful.
Yeah,
it was awful
for 14 years. Sorry, I missed a year there. It was the week you were late. I had to do the show.
Count as a full year.
I had to do the show with 5 different people that week. I was like, I don't know, maybe we'll get a co-host in here. Jeff, I don't know what else to say.
They threw it 52 times with a rookie running back and a line that can't pass block. Oh, my God.
And a wide receiving core that can barely hang on to it.
A wide receiving core that's not good.
No.
It's not good.
I don't know why I'm so mellow today. Maybe just because I felt like I just didn't feel vested in yesterday's game. I mean, we've talked about, I think we've all talked ad nauseum about what happened last week, where we're going last week. I just don't know where the team's going right now. I just don't get it. The play calling was really confusing to me. It was confusing. We've got a defense that can keep you in every game. I don't understand
what they were trying to do, play calling wise.
I think the Steelers had a good game plan for the Browns defense yesterday. They were able to, they were slashing yards early in the game that we just haven't seen anybody do all season long.
And the Steelers had only 9 points in the first half.
Yeah,
the defense was okay.
Is it worse that they're in every game defensively and it makes you think, oh, they could do this? And then we all have like these magical epiphanies that we think the team's going to come back, even though they're down by 20. I'll even give you this. They had 9. They were down, 11 at one point there or somewhere around that. And you're like, oh, yeah, they'll do this. And then I'm like, well, they can't get over 20 points. Why are you even getting emotional about this? There's no way. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is either. It doesn't. Get me to 20 points and I'll start to believe at some point.
It's 11 straight games of 17 or fewer points.
And they have 3 since Flacco had those 300-yard games 2 years ago of 20 or more since then, 20-some games. 3 times they've gone over the 20 threshold. That's ridiculous. I say it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Like, get some pride, guys. Get some pride. Everybody else in the NFL is averaging 21.3 points per game or 24.3 points per game.
It's not pride, Andy. They don't have talent. And
I don't even know if it's the pride of the players that are out there, whether it's talent or not. I I don't understand some of these play calls. I just don't get them. And I do understand that once you say hike, everything is in the quarterback's hands. Although I also think that they've done Gabriel no favors at all. None. The only time that he was in a good position on this team was the moment that he got drafted until the moment they drafted Shedeur. And now on Sunday, they go up against the Dolphins and he struggles. Man, we got big. The fans are going to go nuts. Those fans that bothered to go to the game, they're going to be screaming for Shedeur.
I received this text. You tell me, and this is from a buddy of mine, and I don't agree with him. He said, so how long does Haslam tolerate Stefanski sticking with Gabriel when his seemingly only equity is being drafted 2 rounds ahead of Sanders? Is Sanders better? We don't know. But he can't be worse than what we saw yesterday with Gabriel leading the way. Different years, same questions, but with different names. I'll be honest. I thought Dillon Gabriel was just fine for a second NFL game, being asked to throw 52 times behind an offensive line that didn't pass block very well, allowed him to be sacked 6 times, as Joel Bitonio said yesterday, and he was hit 16 times, I believe the count was. As Joel Bitonio said, when you ask the guy to throw 60 times, he's going to get hit. That's your best offensive lineman saying that. Exactly right. It's true.
I mean, Gabriel has never been put into a spot. Like the play calling right now, I just don't know. Everyone's, he's mobile. He's mobile. I don't know if he's mobile or not because he's not in any kind of play that makes me think that he's mobile. Or, I've seen him duck out of a couple pocket pressures that he's been able to get out of. We've seen that 2 weeks in a row. I don't want to judge this guy right now like he's a 5-year veteran. He's a 2-game veteran. That's it. If you want to call that a veteran. He's got 2 games under his belt, and we're crushing him because, let's face it, the other guys...
we're not.
Well, you and I aren't crushing him, but I'm listening to everybody else crush him because the other guy's more entertaining. Because his father was the king of entertainment when it came to the NFL.
More hype around him. Could he be better? Maybe.
I don't know. And by the way, I want to watch him play too. I want to see what Sanders can do. Gabriel this is possibly the worst position any rookie quarterback's been in whenever. I don't even know.
When it comes to problems on the offense, I don't think Dillon Gabriel is even in the top 5. I don't think he's even in the top 5. Play design, play calling, wide receivers, offensive line. There's 4 right there, right off the top of my head. I thought the play calling was bad yesterday. All right, that was on Kevin. There's only so much you can do with the talent you've been given to work with on offense. I think he should have run the ball a lot more. I do. That's the strength of the offensive football team, and they didn't do it. It makes me think this. Either you completely butchered the play calling, or you've been given marching orders this year that the results aren't as important as the information that you're going to find out. If anybody thought this team was built to go to the playoffs this year, I think, you never heard that come out of my mouth. I think that's foolishness. The wide receiving crew is lacking. I mean, take a look at some of the wide receiving crews around the NFL. They're guys who make plays. The guy that our team is basing its offense around at wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy, has struggled. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think Jerry's a competent NFL wide receiver. From the day they brought him in, I said, don't get all excited and start talking number 1, because just because you're somebody's number 1 doesn't mean you're comparable to other teams' number 1s, because he's not. Doesn't mean he can't play in the league. He certainly can. But you didn't add any big talent to that wide receiving group.
Tell me that Joe Flacco wasn't the happiest guy on earth yesterday, even just for a moment, when Jamar Chase made that unbelievable touchdown catch yesterday.
He's throwing to sports cars, man.
I mean,
Chase and Higgins.
That guy was all over Chase, and I have no idea how he caught that touchdown pass with one arm. That was incredible. And you think, again, what Joe got to 18 yesterday. So congratulations.